And here tonight, first up at 11 on the WHAS 1119. Folks, we are showing you our Weather Impact Team Futurecast radar. That means it is the radar view looking ahead to tomorrow, Friday. So what you're seeing on your screen is actually Oaks Day, the second biggest day of racing for crowds and a lot of green. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the WHAS 1119. I'm Doug Prophet. Our meteorologist Matt Breedlin here with me tonight. So, Matt, you've been pinpointing this very important forecast. The crowds second, right behind the Kentucky Derby for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely a big day tomorrow. A lot of people I know have been making their way in from out of town. Big forecast for tomorrow. The big takeaway, bring the rain poncho. We are tracking showers that will be arriving as we head into race time tomorrow. The day starts off with some light lingering showers through the later parts of the morning. As we head further on into the afternoon, our rain chances will be increasing, especially by race time, really between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. If you're out at the track, bring the rain poncho. If you got a pink one, that would be perfect for it. Now, scattered showers and storms lasting through the evening time, but the temperatures staying comfortable. You couldn't ask for better temperatures out there. We're expecting highs to range into those mid to upper 70s. Winds will be a bit breezy out of the south, feeling a little muggy out there at times. This is a live camera view of Scottsburg. A few pops of lightning happening here and there from some weak thunderstorms progressing their way through southern Indiana. Right now, temperatures in Louisville ranging in the lower 70s and the upper 60s. So here's those storms that we're keeping an eye on. They're making their way across southern Indiana at the moment. They'll be tracking just across the Ohio River within the next 30 minutes. Likely for you folks near Newcastle and closer into the Louisville metro, you may hear a few rumbles of thunder that will be briefly lasting just as we get ready for those nighttime hours. As we head further on into the night, we are expecting more quiet conditions, but as a heads up, Friday we are expecting these thunderstorms to develop as we go later on into the afternoon hours. Some of them just further towards the south near Elizabethtown and Bardstown could contain some strong qualities in regards to some small hail and possibly some strong winds also. We're going to have a full breakdown about those details, including your Derby forecast, coming up here in just a few short minutes. Doug?
Matt, thank you very much. Right now here tonight, we are learning more about the 18-year-old Ballard High School senior here in Louisville who died yesterday in a motorcycle crash in eastern Jefferson County. Brilliant, generous, and full of heart. That's how Xander Rothrock is being talked about tonight, as Ballard High School is also mourning his death. WHAS 1119's Clarice Shaley tells us how a co-worker noticed something was wrong when Xander was late to work.
It's terrible, but I don't think it's fully hit. I don't think it's fully sunk in yet.
Co-workers and loved ones grieved the death of Ballard High School senior 18-year-old Xander Rothrock after being ejected from his brand new motorcycle. This prom picture taken just a few weeks ago. Video from co-worker Kylie Morgan of Xander, who always made work fun.
He just was always at work, happy, sweet, kind.
Rothrock was traveling down the winding Westport Road Wednesday when LMPD says he was unable to navigate a curve near Rollington and left the roadway after passing another vehicle. Friends of Xander leave flowers at the site of the accident and pay their respects. There are still orange dotted lines following from Westport up into this fence, where there are still broken plastic pieces and shards of broken mirrors. Remembering his humor and character, always a friend for life.
He's just a really good kid, you know. He just went to work, went to school, played, you know, hung out with his friends, his girlfriend. He was just a good guy.
His co-workers knew something wasn't right when Xander was late to work. They knew they would need to say goodbye soon when he left for college, but not this soon.
I don't know, he was just kind of like the baby brother there, you know? Like, it was exciting to see him grow as a person. To watch one of them get cut short like that is just, like, it's just so, it was just so unexpected.
Ballard High School's principal shared in the community's grief, saying in a letter to parents, "In the time Xander Rothrock was a part of our Ballard community, he made a profound and positive impact on others in our building." The school sent their condolences to Rothrock's family and said support resources would be available to those who needed it. Fun at work with so much more to look forward to.
I guess I'm just gonna miss just him and his spirit and his reliability and his goofiness. Just a lot. There's a lot I'm gonna miss about him.
His family saying Xander was a bright, bold, and unforgettable young man. He never met a stranger, and once you met him, you never forgot him. Clarice Shaley, WHAS 1119, on your side.
Xander, by the way, worked at Jack's restaurant. That's on South Hurstbourne Parkway. His family says he started working there at the age of 14, becoming a fixture at the place with his personality. Next Saturday, there will be a celebration of life, a celebration of gathering for Xander Rothrock. It's going to be held at Christ Church United Methodist at 4614 Brownsboro Road from 3:30 to 7:30 on Saturday, May 10th. His obituary says those who knew and loved Xander are invited to gather, share stories, and honor a life lived with passion, humor, and love. Right here tonight, we are learning new details about a fatal DUI crash that happened on Easter weekend. Yesterday, 12-year-old David King Jr. died after spending several days in the hospital. On Easter Sunday, his father, David King, drove off the road and struck a tree in Adair County, Kentucky. This is the second passenger who has died from this tragic crash. Adair County School Superintendent Jason Faulkner sharing in a statement saying, quote, "We have yet to be contacted by our coroner about this incident, so at this time, we are respecting the privacy of the family and will refrain from releasing additional details until the family wishes us to do so." King, by the way, was arrested and charged with multiple charges, including vehicular homicide under the influence of alcohol and driving under the influence. Right now, all new on the night team, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg has directed officials to start the process to demolish the Jivvenin plant. The plant, which was exploded, is still under control of the Chemical Safety Board after a tank blew up inside the plant back in November. A faulty valve caused one of the tanks to overheat and then explode, killing 2 people. That tank sailed right into the nearby neighborhood. Today, the mayor said the Chemical Safety Board is anticipated to release the land sometime in the next 30 days. Once that process happens to bring down the old factory in the Clifton neighborhood, then that will begin. Jivvenin officials hope to start the demolition process early this summer. Tomorrow begins 2 days of auctions to repay the taxpayers of Clark County, Indiana. We learned the prices for 2 of the cars that were seized from former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Null's collection. The cars will be auctioned tomorrow and Saturday in French Lick. Pre-auction bidding is open and Null's 2 Plymouth Superbirds are topping the charts. The blue one is currently at $126,000 and the red Superbird sits at $94,000. Cars will be sold both Friday and Saturday. 43 cars from the former sheriff's car collection going towards his restitution to taxpayers. Null illegally traded some vehicles that he got from government auctions for cars that his fire department had no use for. WHAS 11's Travis Breeze will be there. He'll be covering it and have reports for us tomorrow and Saturday. Tonight, the Louisville mayor is softening his stance on a proposal to change a years-long payment agreement between Churchill Downs and JCPS. The track has not paid property taxes since 2002 as part of an agreement. Instead, they've been making payments to JCPS. There's now a push to move that money away from the school district to Metro government for the services they provide to the track. Just 2 weeks ago, the mayor was in full support of the plan. However, now the mayor is saying there may be legal consequences to changing that plan. We asked him if there is now a chance that the agreement stays in place.
Stay tuned on the details, but I'm having very constructive conversations with some members of Metro Council, along with Churchill Downs. We'll find a way forward that's a win-win-win for everybody involved.
In a letter sent directly to a Churchill Downs executive, JCPS lead attorney writes, quote, "This agreement will remain in effect until all of the property included within the leased premises is no longer exempt from taxation." In other words, the district argues it's entitled to the money one way or another. We could have a hearing on this ordinance as early as this month. Right now, all new on the night team, the Run for the Roses may be all Louisville, but the Derby business reach is much bigger than just Jefferson County. An hour and a half south of us in Taylor County, a local watering hole known for their Derby celebration got badly damaged by a tornado a month ago. So WHAS 11 night team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Emma Gefter headed to Campbellsville today to see if the Derby party is back on.
Flipping fresh bacon and hamburger patties on the grill. Tucker's Tiki Bar and Restaurant in Campbellsville is back in business just in time for a traditional Derby party.
A lot of good food, a lot of good times, and good memories.
Among her loyal customers after dealing with a period of chaos is owner Marie Tucker.
Well, our first customer of the day came in and he's like, you know what, there were a lot of betting going on at the American Legion and 90% of the people was like, she'll be open. Tell you she'll be open.
The business was able to reopen just a day shy from exactly a month of when an EF1 tornado ripped through this area. And the damage is still clear as the buildings still have some rebuilding to do as they continue to move forward. It wasn't long ago when reconstruction was underway. The damage caused by the tornado was a moment locals won't forget.
It was pretty rough. Stuff blowed out in the fields and campers flipped over, power lines down. Pretty dangerous situation.
Now, Marie's dream business has a new shiny floor after suffering heavy water damage. It's the unrelentless help from her community that pushed her to recover from the about $700,000 worth of damage.
One guy in particular, I barely knew the guy's name. And he's been out here, or at least called every day wanting to know if he could do something. Bringing trailers out. I mean, it's just been, it's been very humbling.
This new banner on her wall depicts how the watering hole is a local favorite. And this revival comes just in time for their favorite derby party, where Marie will be hanging these vintage banners.
We are cheering on a local guy that bred a horse or that bought a horse and trained him that is actually in the Derby.
In the heart of Kentucky, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Well, the owner of the bar says about 100 people have already reserved their seats to watch this Saturday's Run for the Roses. Post time for the Derby, 6:57 p.m.